There, engagement is a super tricky word to define. Go ahead and ask 15 different people what the definition of member engagement is, and I bet you're going to get 15 different answers. I had the opportunity to ask 477 people what the definition of engagement was, and now I'm going to share that answer with you. This answer might turn your ideas about engagement completely upside down. In this video, I am going to break down parts of engagement for you. You're going to learn the formula for engagement, and I'll uncover a part of engagement that no one ever much thinks about. When you think of the term engagement, what comes to mind first? When I ask this question of leaders of communities or associations or member organizations, there's some words that always pop up first. A group of words like retention, registrations, and clicks. And you're talking around engagement. Those are measurements of engagement, but not quite the way a member would talk about engagement. So other words that I hear a lot are things like renewals, engaging with our content. They might talk about attending, learning, networking, and you're getting closer, but those are behaviors of engagement. I've talked to 477 members of associations. In fact, I've interviewed all of them in 1 hour interviews. And I asked them questions about, when did you know you were engaged? What does engagement feel like? How do you know you're engaged? And they would tell me stories. And they were always very emotional stories. And I'll give you one example of a very common story. That story, told by many dozens of members, goes something like this. Well, 20 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, I went to my very first conference. And at the conference, I walked in not knowing anybody. I was all by myself. And I walked in and went right to registration. And while I was standing in line for registration, there were people who are roaming the registration lines saying hello. And I didn't know anybody, but I got a chance to talk to this person in line, and they were so welcoming. They were so kind. They answered my questions. And I left that experience feeling happy and valued and honored and heard and prepared. And it gave me confidence to go out to the rest of my time at the conference and make new friends and walk up to people and raise my hand and learn new things. So people would talk for sure about the value. I went to the conference, right? That is a point of value. But what they also were talking about was the emotion. I felt so welcome and happy and honored and confident to go off and make the rest of the conference fantastic for myself. So most organizations are really good at delivering value. We deliver value, we talk about value, we market value, we measure value. But most organizations are a lot less good at delivering positive emotions or talking about the positive emotions that they engender or measuring those positive emotions. So how do you create positive emotions in your members? With great experiences. Every time you offer a point of value, every time you deliver a conference, a white paper, a piece of research, an event, anytime you create value, you're also creating a bunch of experiences all around that value. So whether it is your website, your newsletter, your emails, your events, your webinars, all of those things, every time you create one of them, you're creating this bubble of experiences around them. And those experiences create emotions in our members' minds. Every time you create value, think about how you can create great experiences as you are delivering that value. Let me give you some more examples of experiences. One of the things that you want to do, especially for new members, is be welcoming, right? So you're creating a live event. That is the value. Perhaps it is an in-person chapter event. Perhaps it is some kind of maybe orientation event online. And the experience part of that is welcoming people. You can welcome people in person with designated welcomers. You can train your registration people to be super welcoming. You can give new members tours around the space. Virtually, what does welcoming look like? It can look like saying hi to each person in the chat, or just a special call out. If there's 100 people online, you can say, hello, everybody. We welcome you to this event, especially our first timers. You can also welcome people asynchronously. So you can type a little something to them in the online community. You can send them an email. You can put their name in a leaderboard in your website or on a newsletter. Again, these are all, welcoming is just one experiential thing you can do. There's so many really cool experiential things you can do, but I want to give you this one example, and that's welcoming. Okay, so that's just one example. Think about how you can layer on fantastic experiences onto every great piece of value that you deliver. The formula for engagement is good value plus positive experiences equal engagement. If you are super excited about creating more experiences for your members at every stage of their member journey, go ahead and grab a copy of my book, Elevating Engagement. And in it, I talk about how to create these magical, sticky, exciting experiences by every single stage in their member journey. There are 6 stages from observe to lead. I'll take you through with case studies and details and ideas that you can adapt to your association or organization, no matter whether it's small or very, very large. And you can grab your copy wherever books are sold online.